I'm Owen Bigland. This is the Inside Edge video blog. Merry Christmas, season's greetings to everyone. We're in the holiday season now. So I thought, because I can't travel, this is the first year in a long time that I've been in Vancouver for Christmas. I'm usually in Hawaii and Southern California. Last year I was in Hawaii and New York at this time. So it's a little different Christmas for me, and I know we're limited on our, socializing and everything else. So I thought I'd do a blog here in conjunction with the 10-year anniversary of me starting my YouTube channel. And I figured, hey, you might have a little more time on your hands, can't go out much. Maybe take some time and have a look at the archives, some of the older videos I was doing back 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago. 10 years of videos. I just crossed that line. I think I've uploaded pretty close to 500 videos now. And I crossed the 1 million views here earlier this year, and I'm up over 7,000 subscribers. Thank you to everyone who subscribed to my YouTube channel, watch my videos. I think I'm approaching now something close to 7,500 books sold of my Along for the Ride. I want to thank everyone who's bought my book and reviewed my book on Amazon.ca as well as in Amazon.com in the States, because I've got people that have bought my book from, 40 different countries have purchased my book. It's incredible. So I thought on this blog, I'm not all that happy with the way YouTube kind of lays out the channel. I think to go back into my archives is a little difficult, I find. So I want to give people a heads up here. When you go into my main page, at the top of the menu there, if you click on videos and then go to the right side and it says sort by, you click on that icon there. If you click on newest to oldest for whatever reason, it's only going to bring up the last 2 years worth of videos, even though I've got 10 years. So what I'd like people to do is go back and instead of sort by newest to oldest, sort by oldest. And that will take you all the way back to the beginning, 10 years back. Now, don't laugh at my haircuts, please. I had some crazy hairstyles back 10 years ago, that's for sure. And I apologize for some of the audio quality in my early years. But other than that, there are some really good videos there that did not get a whole lot of traction. I mean, when I started this blog, for the first 3 or 4 years, I had very little viewership. I think after 3 years, I had about 140 subscribers. It's really only been the last 3 or 4 years that this channel has really taken off. But I get a lot of people that will email me or comments in my comment section here asking me different questions on real estate, and so many of them I've talked about many times on some of my earlier blogs. As a matter of fact, my first 2 or 3 years doing this channel, I did a lot of the basics of real estate, how to write an offer, how to negotiate an offer, what to look for in the strata docs, what to look for in the insurance declaration, how strata corporations work. There was a lot of, kind of the basics real estate 101 in there that I think a lot of people would find pretty useful, especially if you're in the market to buy your first home or maybe an investment property. I've got so many great videos in there. So I figure you've got time over the holidays. Maybe spend an hour or two if you've got the time and go into my archives. Just click on the video, go to the right-hand side, sort by, go from oldest to newest. And again, don't laugh at my hairstyles there. But I'm going to also post some links. I just went in last night for just 10 minutes and I just quickly went through some of my older videos, and I'll post some links to about 10 of them. I just kind of randomly went through some of the ones that I thought you guys might enjoy. And included in there is one of my favorites is one that I did in early 2013 called The Best Buys of 2012. And in 2012 was a rough year for real estate. That was our last kind of real correction. And I did a blog in early 2013, and I like I always do here, I put my money where my mouth was there. If you go into the text area in there, the description, I listed about 15 homes in Vancouver and Richmond, detached and condos. Some of these I was the buying realtor for. Some I looked at and wish I was the buying realtor for. I wanted to buy them, couldn't get the right deal together on them. But I could have picked probably 50 properties that I had viewed and either bought or listed or sold. I picked about 15 that I thought were tremendous buys for the buyer. And of course, at the time, market was still in the doldrums in early 2013. There were some bloggers, they're gone now, they always are. There was a couple of large blogs out there, bearish blogs, that picked up some of my blogs at that time saying, look at this Bigland guy, you know, typical real estate chuckster, always a good time to buy. So I was getting some heat back in those days. Even back then I was, still am. But have a look at those homes. I mean, I did an update about 18 months after that one. And of course, our market took off in late 2013, 2014 and went on a 3-year epic run until late 2016. But my God, some of the homes, I've got the addresses listed on there. I put my money where my mouth was. There were some detached homes in Richmond, you know, selling at 1.2, 1.3. That 2 years later were up $500,000. 18 months later might have been up $500,000. Today, those homes are up, well in excess of $1 million, $1.5 million on some of those. In other words, you'd be an instant millionaire here. If you would have bought some of these homes for 1.2, 1.3, I had some stuff posted in there just under $1 million, you'd be a millionaire now. Yes, and that's just since 2013, 7 years later. So, of course, it quieted up a lot of the bears. Their blogs are all long gone. Now it's a new wave of these doom and gloom blogs. I always tell you guys about it. So many people are kind of new to the market, new to YouTube and everything else. You know, it was a whole different gaggle of these negative guys back in 2011, 2012, 2013. Then the markets take off and they quietly slink away, never to be heard again. And then another wave of them comes. And the cycle just keeps repeating. I've also got some stuff in there on Apple. As you guys know, I've been bullish on Apple for many, many years, telling you guys just to buy and hold Apple. A funny one back there that I posted, I think it was back in 2013, 2014. At that time, I bought a very large 6 figures of Apple. And I did a blog on it, put my money where my mouth was. I bought over $100,000 in Apple at the time around $385 a share. And don't be like the guys that comment in there that come in now and say $385 a share, Apple's at $200 now. Man, you've lost a lot of money on it. Of course, Apple had a 7-for-1 split not long after that. And then this year we had another 4-for-1 split. You know, I'm up 1,000% on that Apple. But God, look at some of the comments from back then. The haters out there that Apple was done. Steve Jobs has died. Apple will never be the same. Nobody's going to buy Apple phones anymore at $600 a pop. All dead wrong. The other thing I want to point out that I know a lot of you guys know, the reason why I'd like you to go back into my archives, have a look at what I was saying, look at some of the things where I was putting out there, look at some of the comments from back there as well. If you guys know, I have never wavered one iota on my message to you guys ever in the last 10 years. I've been like this for over 30 years. I stay positive, I'm optimistic, I work on myself, I get better. There's always going to be dark clouds out there. There's always going to be another crash around the corner. As I tell people, I've never missed a bull market and I've never missed a bear market because I'm always in the market, and you should be too. But I have never wavered, as you guys know, on my opinion. Now, ask yourself, some of these other guys, go back into their archives if you can find them. Because what I find is these guys come and go, these bearish, negative doomsdayers. They get hot for a few years when the market's riding high because they figure, hey, the law of averages is in my favor. The market's going to cool one of these days, so I'll be on the right side of it and I'll look like a hero to everybody. Then it drops 5 or 10%, but they don't tell you that it's gone up 80% since they've been bearish. But most of them come and go, never to be heard from again. And a lot of them too delete videos. That's the other thing. You can go back in my archives and you can see it's all in chronological order. I've never deleted a video. I've posted those videos every Tuesday for 10 years, and then this year, as you guys know, I started doing some Saturday posts. So video doesn't lie. It's all in chronological order, the message that I've always said. And I'm usually on the right side of when I do make kind of give you guys ideas or where I see the market going or my best buys. The reason I'm pretty much always on the right side of it is because I'm long term. I'm not about the market's going to go up 20% next year or go down 20% next year. I have no idea. I play the long-term game. And that's what you guys should too. And that's what I've always tried to pound home on my video blog here. Just stay the course, buy your principal residence, buy an investment property down the road. That'll be your final step. Max out your TFSA and RRSP. You've got to get your money working for you in equities or real estate. Use a bit of leverage, use the principal resident exemption, because the alternative now is dismal. It's, term deposits and interest-bearing vehicles that are paying you 0.5%. It's going to crush you long term. You have to get your money working for you. But play the long game, like I've always told you, and you will always come out on top. Always. But to get those superior returns long term, as I've been pounding home on my blog here, you're going to have some bad and ugly years. 2020 has turned out to be an incredible year for both my real estate portfolio and my business. How many sales I did this year, another record-breaking year, top producer again, top 1 or 2% in the Vancouver Real Estate Board for sales again. My stock portfolio was at all-time highs again. But a couple years ago, when I was on the beach in Hawaii, my stock portfolio took a beating just before Christmas, and I was down 20%. And I've had many, many bad years in real estate where at the beginning of the year, at the end of the year, not that I keep super close tabs on it, because I don't follow my own portfolio all that closely in real estate, because I've either got a tenant in it or I'm living in it, but my portfolio was probably down 300 or 400 grand. But it shouldn't bother you. You're either living in it as your principal residence or you're an investor, not a speculator. So if you get some time this Christmas, I'm going to also get my webmaster to add some more playlists as well. So just some of my favorites from back 6, 7, 8, 9 years ago. I think you guys will enjoy them. Go ahead, make fun of my hair. I had some crazy hair there. I fired that barber many years ago. I've got a new guy now. But over the holidays, if you've got some spare time, I think you guys will enjoy some of those older videos. I'm Owen Bigland. Again, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Stay safe out there. Happy New Year.